Page 83. All right, chapter 19.
Yeah, there's only like one answer.
You don't have the same wing strength as a bird of prey, but at least you can fly. The parrot morph allows you to soar just underneath the upper canopy. I like this morph, Cassie says. I really feel like I belong here. As long as Tobias doesn't eat us for lunch, Marco says. I'm sure getting a workout, says Jake. This isn't like being a falcon and soaring with the thermals. You guys mentioned thermals. Or, let's see.
It was very important.
Everyone laughs, and it comes out in parrot speak. It feels good to laugh, even if you're doing it with a thick, curved beak.
Words to live by.
Yeah. You see a Hork-Bajir from far away. They're destroying everything, Tobias suddenly shouts. He must have gotten bored just looking. They're slashing and burning, like prices. They just killed a sloth and her babies. Tobias continues, for nothing, those murderers. That is what Yerks are best at, Axe says quietly. Let's see. We're just flying around looking at stuff.
You can flip through this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just read like a
Tribe
sentence.
does
page.
nothing. They don't even move a muscle.
So eventually you're going to talk, right?
Yeah. The tribe doesn't move. They don't raise their spears. Espirito, the leader says. Okay, we've met some tribes people.
Oh, boy.
He called her a spirit, Marco translates. Now draw a Hork-Bajir with a stick, Jake tells her. Diablo, the leader says.
Here we go.
Devil, Marco says.
They're going to be cannibals.
Now draw the blade ship, Jake directs. She draws the leader grins. He throws his spear. But the spear misses Cassie and lands at her feet, straight into the center of the Hork-Bajir drawing. Cassie smiles. The leader smiles. You all say, ka, 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 ep, ep.
Guys, this is Neil's second
Yeah.
Animorph book.
Wow. Your parrot morph was successful. You meet up with the tribe and escaped the notice of the Hork-Bajir. But you need another morph to sneak aboard the blade ship. You choose chameleon, poison arrow frog, or jaguar.
This one is called. Excuse me. I ain't no bony man. There was a man named Horace who lived by himself in a beautiful house. He was very vain and loved nothing more than admiring himself in a handheld mirror. He would spend hours gazing at his reflection, preening and posing. But one night, something strange happened. As he was admiring himself, a group of skeletons walked right into his home, one by one. They surrounded him, cackling and snarling, and pointed their bony fingers at him. "You are a bony man," they chanted. "Bony man, bony man, bony man." Horace was taken aback. "I ain't no bony man," he said. But the skeletons wouldn't listen. They pointed at his left leg. And when Horace looked down, he saw that it had turned into a bone. He shrieked in horror and tried to run, but the skeletons wouldn't let him. They pointed at his right leg, and it too had turned into a bone. "I ain't no bony man," Horace howled. But the skeletons just laughed and slapped him in the face. "You're a bony man, bitch," they jeered. Next they pointed at his left arm. He looked at it and saw that it too had become bone. And then his right arm. "I ain't no bony man," he cried. But again they slapped his face with their skeleton hands. Finally, they held up a mirror in front of him, and Horace saw his own reflection. To his horror, his head had become a skull. Any feelings of resistance remaining in Horace had faded. "It appears I am a bony man," he sighed. "A bony man, bitch!" the skeletons cackled. Horace cackled with them. Together, they danced into the night, doing the bony man's
I
jig.
gulped. Sweat dripped down from under my turquoise denim baseball cap. I knew I had to open the spooky closet door, or Zach would tell everyone at school that I was a wuss. Well, Here goes, I thought to myself. I pulled on the handle and flung the smelly old door open to look inside. I screamed. It was Bill! Chapter 8. It was not Bill. It was just an old, broken jukebox from the 50s, the kind my mom and dad used to listen to. I stopped screaming. I was so embarrassed. If Zach ever found out I was scared by a grody old jukebox, he'd probably give me a wedgie. Stupid jukebox, I said, and kicked it with my aquamarine basketball sneaker. Suddenly, its lights flickered on, and it started to play haunting music. Shocked, I backed away. What, you don't like golden oldies? A voice said behind me. I whipped around. All that was there was a mirror on the wall. But something was different about my reflection. I grasped my face. I was old. Behind my wrinkled self in the reflection, I saw the grody haunted jukebox begin to morph. It morphed into a scary, triangular shape. I screamed. It was Bill. Chapter 9. It was not Bill. It was just Zach. Ha ha, I pranked you, Zach laughed. Zach was so cool, and I was just a wuss. And I had wet my teal.